Okay. Let's start a new attempt. Okay, so first off, responding in with Captain Corey without any abilities as usual. So we're just going to rescue Louie and get out of here. Let's move on to the next level. Oh no. Yeah. Yeah. It's pretty sad, but normally any percent for the early game for the PL platformers really start off slow. Just because you don't really have any interesting abilities to run around. You just have to do everything normally. So now we are just going to rush to rescue Yuta, which is our first customer with an ability. And it's going to be great. That was dumb. Yeah, I think I'll rescue Yuta right here. No, not Yuta. So we just rescue Yuta with the swim ability. It doesn't really make any difference whether I rescue Willow right now or later. And this is just a problem about this game, where splits are really hard to define, because you can do a lot of stuff in any order. Just going to rescue Willow right now. No big deal. moving on to level 3, we're just going to collect all the coins using Utah. So we're just going to come right here. And I'm really not sure why, but there are 3 hearts which we actually don't need them all. It is impossible to have lower than 3 hearts. So that is kind of a waste. Nope. I didn't mean to do that. I'm going to get a damage boost over here. Alright. So moving to level 4, we have our first boss coming up. And so I have a total of 3 runs where I've died to this level. So I really need to make sure I don't make the same mistakes again. So for this first room, we're just going to rush through this room as fast as possible. There is nothing for us to do here. So we're coming down to this hidden water area. Get some of these collectibles. Just like maybe the gummy worm you have noticed. Each level there are different collectibles, but essentially they are the same thing. It is just about different teams. they don't really do anything in the game. They only serve as a little collectible. And normally I would do a damage boost here, but just to be safe for all customers, I won't do the damage boost. Because if I were to do the damage boost, I'll have to fight the boss with 1 heart. And the next room is not very forgiving as well, so it is really easy to die there. And with the dummy blocks, you can just bounce over like that. Nope. Too early. I'm just going to play as safe as possible here. I really need to finish a run. Oh no. Well, I guess we are still fighting the boss with one heart anyways. I better be careful here. These trolls better don't kill me. Okay, so right here I'm going to skip that checkpoint and fight the boss first, because I'll need to come back to the area behind the boss later. So if I fight the boss, then go back and save. When I quit using the when I save and quit, I will have the game will think that I fought this boss. Just going to be extra careful here. Right, let's go back and save quickly. And the most important thing is, don't forget this fellow right here. Yeah, basically this level is almost over. So we rescue Papa Louie and we are going to re-enter with him again. So this is known as save and quit. But the save is not your traditional save the game, but it's more like rescue the customer. And so we are just going to come back here and rescue another customer. So now we have access to one of the strongest abilities in the game much earlier. It's not that really much earlier, but we get to skip like almost half, redo the level. So she has the dash ability, like just now you can see she can crush the cracker blocks horizontally. And these dashes have a really interesting property which we'll see later. But for now, we are just going to wait for about a minute and just riding this balloon to our last customer in the level. And we're just going to end this level right here, and I need to split. Alright, so coming right up, we are just going to use Utah for this collectible. But this collectible is a little bit special because it is a fish, or I would say they are fishes, so they can swim around, which can be very annoying. But they are not really hard to manipulate, so you just need to know what to do to force them back to a relatively easy space, or else they are just going to hide in every little corners and make your life really miserable. We're just gonna ignore everything. So for this one, you want to go this way. So there are actually a few rooms back there, but you really don't want it to swim to that way. Nope, don't grab the ladder, please. Speaking of fishes, how annoying a fish can be, this is the most annoying spot for the fishes. Okay, I'm going to wait for a second. Right. So as you can see there, I really cannot enter those little spots, and they are guarded by the gummy, these bouncy balls. So if they get into the little spot right there, I really cannot do anything but just wait or try to bait it up. And this one as well, I really don't want it to swim all the way down there, because there are like bombs, moving bombs, which is very dangerous to catch the fish. And this one is the easiest, it's like the most consistent. If you just swim to the left side, you will almost every time go to the left corner. So we are just going to get the checkpoint right here and get this Johnny right here. So we are going to do our first unintended warp key right here. Actually, I can do it intended, but this is a little bit faster and a little bit cooler. So Flip Line, they cleverly thought that if they put some ledge over this wall, then we cannot climb it. But as you can see right there, we can practically ignore that by doing a really quick turnaround in the air, so we have just enough height to grab the wall. And moving on to level 6, which is my favorite level in this speedrun. So this level is what I call the pinnacle of PL speedrunning, and there is a reason behind it. Because as you will see later on, we are forced to do every single level twice because we do not have enough abilities, or the level layout is just really not suitable for be done in a single trip. But in this level, everything just happens to line up so perfectly that we can just drop into this level once, and we don't really need to worry about coming here the second time, which saves a really good amount of time. But let's say, how good can I do here? So this one is called the water current skip, where I'm supposed to use a swimmer to get past the current, but I just did a glitch called ladder out of bounds. So I am directly dropped down this area below the ladder and just skip the water current. And this really helps with routing a lot, because we don't really need to switch to a swimmer, which is actually not that big of a deal, but it's just a super nice addition. And just now I've said there's a special glitch a dasher can do, which is this. This one is what we call a swizzler clip, and I'm going to do this a lot because they really waste a lot of time and to wet them out. This one is not so important, but normally you can't really damage them in any way, and you just have to wait for them to move. But with a dasher, you can practically ignore them. Nope, it's not great to tap damage, because this one is actually super dangerous. Come on, get in there. I really don't want to tap too much damage. Only because of this enemy right here. These peppermint enemies are super annoying, and they are everywhere in these two levels. And now I'm not in such a good spot. I'm just going to wait things up here. Wait. Did I just miss a coin? Because there are 4 rooms and every room have 25 coins. So it's a good way to check if you have missed out any coins. Oh, I just lost about a minute or 2 just from that, and it's no big deal. And I think this is not the first time I missed that coin either. And I'm really not sure why. Right, 49 coins, which is the correct amount I should have. And now I have 50 coins. The moment she touches that checkpoint, I'm gonna switch to Johnny again. So we are switching to Johnny here to collect the collectibles in this level. which are the goggles. They're just a little damage boost. Yep, and those goggles are worn by all these onion guys. And we're just going to look for them and just grab them all. And this thunder is really easy to forget because you just end up on the other side. So it's really important to grab that thunder. So grab that. Grab the coins here. So unfortunately for this ledge, we cannot really do the skip, just stick. Just because the gap is simply too big. Alright. So just going to come up here and get this one last goggle. And now you see why we really don't want to wait for this Sizzler to move around, because it's really slow. It's pretty ridiculous. Okay, so coming right up, we are going to do the same skip like what I did. First try, not too bad. And that ledge is a little bit trickier than the others just because how close it is to the ground. So we're just going to grab Akuna right here and into Utah. There's actually a little bit of lag. Not really sure why, but yeah. So we are switching to Utah right here just to collect all the coins under this water and to rescue the first customer in this level. So that's done. We are going to use Visa to collect the last Sundays. So of course with Visa we are going to do this skip. And that was really weird. You don't normally get hit by that bog bear. Well, at least we didn't die, which is great. And lastly, we are just going to get pin sheet wealth from this last checkpoint too. And So I really wanted to save time here, but missing that last coin really hurts. So I don't think I'm going to save any time in this level here, which is very sad. Or at least I can save a lot more. At least another minute. And with that, we have got all 6 warp keys in just one trip. So level 7, I named the split swimming fun because swimming in this game is really fun. You can't really do anything if you are not a swimmer. You can just use left, right, up, down to move around, which really sucked. And there are tons of enemies in really convenient positions, which are very annoying. And if you are not a swimmer, you are basically defenseless underwater. So this really sucks, because other than dodging, you really don't have much choice. Just like that. And you can't really move fast enough to map to any cycle, so you are just going to wait if you really don't want to die here. And just you see how the fish moves. It's just dumb. Well, maybe in the casual playthrough, this is a good challenge, but for a veteran like me, this is more of a chore than. Not to say I'm like a really professional L3 player, but yeah, it really gets boring really fast. So I grabbed the burger. No, not burger. I just grabbed the balloon over there, and I'm just going to switch to Papa Louie and complete most of the level using Papa. So now we are using. I think this is the first time we are using. No, the second time actually. The first time we are just using Papa Louie for faster movement, but this time round we are going to use him to collect the coins. I hope I didn't forget any coins up there, because if I get the next checkpoint without checking, or if I miss any coins there, and if I have to redo this section, it will be really punishing. And speaking of being defenseless underwater, there are these fish missiles that will come to you when you are close enough to them, and you simply cannot do anything. I'm just going to bait them into a wall and bong into a wall. So yeah. For first playthroughs, this place is just really. It's not fun, I'd say, especially when you don't know how to do save and quit, and you played this level about like 3 or 4 times. It's really awful. that I'm at the mercy of those large gulpies, which is very nice. But not at the mercy of these Oreo barrels. Right, so I'm getting this coin and save right here. So I'm going to switch back to Johnny right here. Because conveniently, there's a balloon right here. And now back to more swimming. I should have damage, just damage boosted. And these are the worst enemies in the entire game. These underwater gummy bears. There is just no counter whatsoever if you are not using a swimmer. You just really need to hope they don't touch you at all. Although like you can like do some specific movement, but they are still largely random. So it's not fun. Right. So we have collected all the balloons. We're going to switch back to Papa. And you can see why this level alone is 11 is about 12 minutes long. Although I think I died once or twice during my last attempt. But hopefully this will get better. Right, like that. I really cannot do anything. If I go up, get wrecked by the gummies. If I don't move, then I'll just get wrecked by the fish missile. I'll bait this big copy right here. Lucky enough, other than the gummy bears, most of the other enemies are quite easy to manipulate. So it's just you just have to know how to deal with them. And they are like mostly consistent, so there's no big RNG or anything. Now 100 coins, yay! And we're going to save our first double jump character, which is Kim. Yep, can't do anything. You can actually die here, either if you are extremely unlucky. But now it's our girl Yuta to shine. Finally. And they kind of specifically don't really give you any swim related work keys for this level because they really want you to swim your way around. Because as you can see, the level becomes quite trivial with a swim boost character. 6 minutes. I should hope I don't waste the leap. Alright. And this level is called Among Us. And I spent about 20 minutes last time. Well, it's called Among Us for a good reason. Well, so the first big thing is there is simply no shortcut for. I mean, we really haven't found a way to route this level in two visits. So we're just going to do 3 visits, which is probably how the devs intended. By 3 visits, I mean that we have to run through the level from the beginning of the level to the end, or at least to a large half of the last room. And yep, fair game. This is actually probably the second most annoying enemy. Like right there, I really cannot do anything. If they decide to hit under the feet, then and nice. I just messed up the cycle. Great. So you see, and you have to deal with this 3 times. Wow, how unlucky I can get. Wow. And with Utah, there is no way to cheese this level, to cheese this part at least. So that's why there is a skip, which you can do with a glider. I will always do that, even though it is like super inconsistent, just to avoid this. Like right there. Like, it's like there is no counterplay, nothing you can do, just get wrecked. And not to say this part, if you don't know what's coming in your way, then you're most likely going to die right there. Nope. I really don't want to lose HP right here. But these enemies are kinda cool, to be honest. They change up the background music a little bit. And that is a really shitty way to lose health. What? Wait, what? Okay. Now I have to do this from, like, yeah, about a minute ago. Here's a slightly trolley part. Okay, made it through. And luckily we are going to get our last checkpoint like about right here. Wow, that was really clean. I'm not seeing that coming. Okay, that was good movement, but that is totally planned. So we are just going to grab these 2 easy reddish coins. One, thank you. And we're gonna switch to finish it well. Almost had damage there. So we're just going to run back from here because there's actually an exit over here. This secret area leads to scootering, which is probably the best double jump. Well, for some reason, I think that flip line, they thought double jump is too OP, so they just give you like 2 really wacky double jumpers, and the actual good one, they lock it behind one of the hardest port keys in the game. Okay, so we are going to complete this level officially. I like how the symbol just continues. So, coming right up, we're going to go through this level 2 more times. And this one is a more annoying version of what you see right there, because I actually have to cover more ground with him. Not today. Better take care of you before I move on. So you will see that the cookie dots, the snowman like thing, they really like to throw these snowball things. The really bad thing is that they can snipe you really far away. They don't really, you don't even need to be in the vision. But the good thing is that you can actually revenge. You can deflect the ball back to them. It's like a gas in Minecraft. But I would say a gas is more annoying than these cookie documents. Oh, there's a redisher. And you can see what's different from PL2 is that there are coins just randomly scattering around like, anywhere. And I think I forgot some coins. But where did I forget? And that is a good question. If they are from previous levels, then I am kind of wrecked. Right, I remember where it is. And they are from the balloon section, which I always forgot. And no, this is no good. Right, I have to do the balloon section the second time because I forgot the important stuff up there. And going through this level backwards is not an easy thing to do because all of the levels are designed not to let you go back. So they are especially annoying. Good thing is I can grab the heart right here. And I kind of just lost my checkpoint, my chance to save the game. So now if I die, it will be really painful. And please, for the love of Tim and for the love of Tony and Matt, please have mercy to me. And I really need to be careful not to die before I reach the next checkpoint. Don't grab the wall. No. If you fall down here, you are forced to swim all the way back. And what a fantastic design! Just to encourage you to backtrack and backtrack. No. Oof. And so that's the second run. Now on to the final run, which is using Papa Louie. And this one is the simplest trick out of the three, just because you can glide around and you have had more little bit of tools to get around stuff. You have like a emergency jump button, I should say. If I hadn't seen that coming, because I am a true man, I'm just going to take the damage boost anywhere I can. Because right here I'm going to do the skip I just talked about. It is really hard, really inconsistent, but you can avoid all the bullshit entirely, and you can never get it first try. So the big idea is to get the damage boost really precisely. And don't forget this Sunday this time. Going to grab the safety heart over there, just in case I get this again. And let me do this really carefully. Wait, no! Okay. Let me grab this first, because it's not really important if I get a checkpoint early or late. Anyways, Then I'm going to do a skip right here. Nope, not like this. Yes, like this. And I'm going to attempt this little skip right here. Nice, first try. Let's go. So I just use the little height gain from bouncing on top of the gummy worm to get enough height to reach that platform. Normally you have to use double jump to do that. Oh, I only lost 3 seconds, which is absolutely fantastic. So yep, I just lost all 1 minute to that one death. Absolutely fantastic. But now the hard part is over. Yeah, finally do something interesting. But we are still not done with swimming yet. But at least this one is much easier. Nope, nope. 22 coins. Good. Okay. So now I'm going to do a trick that might cost me a minute. No! Great. And I just lost a minute. Just that easy. But I really need to skip that checkpoint because, yep, for reasons. But before that. I would really appreciate if somebody can make that checkpoint skip a little bit more consistent. I don't think I can sub 2 for now. Okay, let's try again. Grab. Thank you. Okay. Now the run's over. Nah, just joking. I wish the run's over. Oh man. Oh wait. Well, it was a good practice run, I think. Well, if my run is not valid just because of that disconnection, then I'll just tag it. Run sucks anyway. So that doesn't really look like a skip, but it is actually a skip. You're supposed to climb out there. But they probably didn't really care about that. So yes, that is still valid. And, um, so I'm going to collect all the coins from the lower half of this level here. And this one is actually one of the changes I did from Needle's Rod. So it's about the same shenanigans. We're going to skip this checkpoint and come back later. If I'm not mistaken, I actually have quite some time to save over here. But I can't really say for sure though. But this run is probably not valid anyway, so let's just do our best. And yeah, dashing is really fast. And it's sometimes very hard to control too. And now it's time to chill for a little. Because I'm not going to do the fast coin strat and lose even more time. And my hands, yeah, with all that swimming, it's really tired. Alright. Got both of the coins. Wait. No. Actually, I didn't mean to do that. Almost forgot. So I'm gonna lose some time here, but it's fine. Great. This is set. And coming right up, there is a one cycle boss, but it's fairly difficult. Let's see how well can I do. Okay, at least I got it. Like 2 hearts. And nope, I'm not going to try again. Well, at least I speed up the fight just a little. It's better than nothing, I guess. And yep. So in this trip, we are going to collect talk to every villagers in this level and get all the Sundays. Then I'm gonna switch to Louie. Let's not die here. And Yeah, I almost forget you. Now that's done. So we're going to use another wall climb trick again. Just right here. No problem. We're just going to cleanly we're not done yet. We are just gonna rescue our last customer here. But yeah, this game they really tried not to let you do any spread whatsoever. They really tried. Well, I just I don't really need to switch. What I need to do is to skip this checkpoint. I don't need to kill any Sundays. Just have to make sure I get this. That's it. And I'm forced to reset this checkpoint because I need to spawn in right from the beginning. Yeah, I think we're gonna lose some time here. And I'm going for the baby rock. If you are good enough, you can do a lot of. You can do like 5 of that wall jump in a row. Then you can save about like 30, a ridiculous 30 seconds. But no, I'm just not gonna do that. Alright, I'm not going to repeat that same mistake again. I'm going to get this customer right from first before I actually get any checkpoints in this level. Oh, there's about Louie. And interestingly, the first customer is actually almost the last customer I saved. That is so good. Great. 49 work keys. Wow. How did I save a million? Okay. And now it's time to bless RNG. Oops! I did it again. Nice. Okay, finally. So theoretically, I should have at least 10 minutes of time saved here. So, I think there's a heart here. Nice. No. No. Oh man. Well, that is 2 minutes. Let's see how much I can lose here. No. This bad. Yeah, very bad. Okay. Hey. Wow. Whew. Almost up to. Well,